lot of people in church, regardless of their gender, they've had to deal with emotional trauma from various heartbreaks. Our brothers in church are dealing with heartbreaks. Our sisters in church, most especially, are dealing with heartbreaks. And that is why today we're going to be looking at how to handle heartbreaks. Now, in the Bible, Genesis 16, we saw the first person to experience an heartbreak, and that was Hagar, a woman who loved Abraham, but eventually was sent out. Now, before we begin to talk about how to handle heartbreaks, I think it's important that we know why some people are being served breakfast, as you call it. And the first thing we'll look at is low pleasure quotient. Low pleasure quotient. Now, understand that pleasure in this context is not sex. Yeah, pleasure is not sex. Sex is not pleasure. And it's important that you know that anybody who genuinely loves you would want to respect your values, want to respect your decisions to stay away from sex before marriage. So what you see can give you pleasure. There are people that what gives them pleasure is that the fact that the guy really speaks sense. So a problem now comes up when a guy that used to speak sense before, or a lady that speaks sense before, all of a sudden is now saying nonsense. So if you're attracted by a lady's hair, if she cut her hair, you have a problem with it, because what was giving you pleasure was the long hair. So what you see can give you pleasure. So for some, what gives them pleasure is how smart you are. So some brothers even can't shoot their shot, and I think it's important that we know. I'm helping on behalf of the brothers, especially in the church, know that shooting shot is not easy. It's not easy to ask a lady out. Let's accept that. Some of you watching me, you don't know how to act. Maybe we are going to have a video for that, where I'm going to be training you on how to shoot your shot. So now there are brothers who don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to express themselves. And that is why if you're a sister and you see a brother who does not know how to shoot his shot, I think it's important that you please help that brother. It takes courage to come out and tell you that you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. It takes courage to do all of those things. It takes courage to get lines together and all of that. So you must understand that when what gives you pleasure is not there, there is a problem. So your ability to please your partner will guarantee if they will stay. So if your partner is not intelligent and what gives you pleasure is intelligence, you have the tendency of leaving that person. And I think that is why it's important also that you know that if you are attracted to a fair lady, please go and marry a fair lady. If you are attracted to a dark lady, go and marry a dark lady. If you are attracted to a busty lady, please go and marry a busty lady, because at the end of the day, they might be low pleasure quotient. Your pleasure begins to reduce. You begin to feel like they are not good enough. So for some ladies, they love to see a guy dress well. And if you're a lady or you're a guy and your partner is complaining about how you dress, don't say that is how I am. Don't say that this is how they born me. Come on, you must be willing to adjust. So what brought us together might not keep us together. If what brought us together was first sight, love at first sight, of course we are going to be seeing the second time, we'll be seeing the third time. So what brought us together at love at first sight might not keep us together. Change is constant. And if you are rigid in relationship, you would have a lot of problem. And this is why many people have side chick, because there is no pleasure again. They don't love the person again. They are not comfortable around the person again. There are ladies that nothing please them but money. So if you would keep them, You must be ready to break your bank account. So imagine you are in a relationship with a lady that you can't afford. Imagine that your salary is 100,000 naira and you are with a lady that the makeup box is worth over a 500,000 naira. If there is anything like maybe the makeup is being exhausted and all of that, then you have a problem. You are earning a 50,000 naira and a lady wants to make her hair and she's requesting for the whole of the 60,000 naira. So there's a problem. So you must be willing to also go for a partner that you can afford. And this is not saying that a lady should be a liability to anybody. This is not saying that the guy is responsible for your upkeep and all of that. But of course, we expect that if you are in a relationship with anybody, you must show some sense of responsibility. Number two is over familiarity. So side chick enjoys because they are not living together with their partner. They have no time to see their excesses. So when there is over familiarity, you won't pay attention to what hurts your partner. So sometimes you feel like you can't lose them until you have lost them. You are overly familiar with them. You just feel like, oh, this person is my partner, he cannot go. Some of you, you are so confident that the guy cannot leave you until you are left alone. So you must get rid of over familiarity, because it's another reason why a lot of people are being saved. When you are over familiar with your partner, you are not being sensitive. So your partner is telling you that I don't like this thing. What you are saying is hurting me. I don't like it. You will laugh it off, and you will still repeat the same thing. Number three is too much fight. Too much fight. Yes, it's okay to fight. Of course, when you fight, you get to know each other. But it's important that when you constantly fight, it threatens your relationship. I don't know. There are some people that the way to express their love is by fighting, but it's not a normal way for normal people. You understand? So, of course, you must intentionally reduce your fight. You must allow peace to reign. You must allow peace to reign. So, Proverbs chapter 27, verses 15 says, a quarrelsome wife is like a dripping of a leaky roof in a rainstorm. That is how a woman who is always fighting is being described. And that is not to also say that men too don't fight, men too don't do all of those things. And number four is competition in love. You are competing with your past, competing with your parents, comparing your past, comparing your partner with your ex. And if your ex is that good, you won't be with your present person. You get what I'm saying? So if you're comparing your partner with your ex, then you have a problem. You have a very, very big problem. And don't you ever compare your partner with your ex. It's not wisdom. Don't compare your partner with anybody. Don't compare your partner with their friends. Don't compare your partner with your parents, even especially for those of you that you are married. Don't say that this is how my mommy used to do and all of that. Don't compare. Don't compete. Don't compete. And number five is relationship with unreasonable guy or unreasonable lady can of course lead to heartbreak. So there are people that no matter how you try to make your relationship work with them, you still won't get the results. There are people like that they are just not healthy to be around with. And I'm saying that sincerely, that there are many brothers as well as sisters that they are in church that are believers, but they are unmarriable. They are really, really unmarriable. Yeah, as a pastor, of course, we deal with different kinds of members. And I can tell you that there are some people that if they come to me as a pastor and they're like, oh, I want to marry so sister. If I'm with the cup might fall down. Because these sisters can be so spiritual, but they are unmarriable, they are problematic, they are noisy, they have a lot of anger issues, a lot of complications and all of that. So how do you handle heartbreaks? Number one is that you express your emotions. It's okay for you to cry, it's okay to weep, let the emotion go. Yeah. If you are being served, don't say that he did not pay me. It doesn't matter. this and that. That's the problem with many people, especially sisters. But in all your crying, don't cry in his presence. Maintain your dignity, please. Yeah. And if you're a guy too, don't feel like a guy cannot cry. Come on, get into your room. Let out all the emotion. Don't enter denial. Don't say that it doesn't matter. And don't say that I've even been waiting for him to go. Don't do any of those things. Don't say any of those things. Express yourself. Expression can be a relief. So if you don't express yourself, that hurt might still remain there. So some people live your life and it's a great relief truly. And that is why you must sit down and evaluate that relationship. Was it taking so much away from me? And I think that people who lose themselves after an heartbreak is a sign that they've put in so much than the other person have put in. Now, there are some people that they feel like if you want to go, you should go. They don't feel any pain while letting you go. People like that, you don't have to burn yourself out because of them. You don't need to wear yourself out because of them. So express your emotion. That's the first thing. Cry, scream, shout. If you have a friend, enter into your friend's DM, burst out there. Yes, if you have anybody you can call the person and express yourself. Number two is evaluate where you went wrong. If you were served, ask, why was I served? Let's imagine that you have been served 3 times. If you can think and sit down, why was I served the first time? Why was I served the second time? Why was I served the third time? Now, is there anything in common in the reasons why I was served? A guy is telling you that, oh, you need to be making use of perfume, and you are like, I don't really like perfume, all of that. Yeah. And now everybody they left because they don't enjoy the way you smell. Or a lady is telling the guy that, oh, I don't like the way you talk. I think you should expose yourself more and all of that. Politely, you get politely, and the guy is feeling like, leave me as I am and all of that. Now, if you've been served by different people because you don't have great values, because you're not improving, there is no personal development and all of that, and the 3 of them keep leaving, they left you because of that, I think that is important that you look into that. For some, they are too dull. For some, they don't know how to communicate. And there are some that they can't hold conversations. Imagine that you're in a relationship with a lady and you have to share some things that you are going through, and all the lady can be saying in the conversation, it is well, oh, God will help us. Or you are discussing real issues and there is no meaningful contribution. You begin to feel like this person is dull. So for some people, that was why they were saved. So you need to evaluate, why was I saved? If you are saved, you evaluate, where was I saved? So some of you broke up with your secondary school partners. You broke up with your boyfriend in secondary school, your girlfriend in secondary school, because you met a more sensible guy. So you hear a girl saying that, I was dating that guy in secondary school. That time I was not wise, but now you are wise. So some people put money first in their relationship. So you're a guy, you're meeting a lady for the first time, or you started dating, or what made you to start moving on with that person? Before you started moving on with that person, you started pumping in money. You're sending money for clothes, you're sending money to make it. You are still in talking stage, and you have invested a whole lot of money. Are you getting what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to sit down and ask yourself genuinely, where did I miss it? Let's move on. Number 3 is, if you have been served, you need to find yourself again. If you have been served, you need to find yourself again. Sometimes after a breakfast, you suddenly realize that your head is correct. You suddenly realize that, I've been so stupid though. So most people lose themselves in relationship. You have been there for others that you forgot yourself. You've invested so much Maybe you've done a lot of things together. Maybe you've had great memories together. Maybe you've invested in a lot of things about them. And when it comes to relationship, I think that one of my say is that you invest what you can afford to lose in your relationship with your partner. Because imagine if you've sold property to please a girl, and the girl is now saying that she's no longer interested, and you sold your property. We have some people like that they are broken. They are broken. We've seen scenarios where the lady had to sponsor the guy abroad, the guy had to sponsor the lady abroad, and at the end of the day, nothing to show for it, and they eventually lose themselves. Are you getting me? So you need to find your vibe back. You need to grow your self-esteem back. And some people are in abusive relationship, and you were beaten. Maybe before the heartbreak, your heart was not only broken, you were brutally maltreated physically. You need to find yourself. You need to find yourself. You need to find purpose again. You need to find a reason to live. You can go on a vacation. Go and clear your head. Go and play. Tell yourself that you deserve to be happy. Find yourself because you deserve to be happy. Don't die there. Don't die there. And this is terrible that in fact you see young guys, they are not yet married and they are killing themselves. I saw a clip of a lady who realized that her boyfriend was cheating on her via chat, and the next thing was that the girl stabbed the guy and was trying to cut the guy's neck, and the guy eventually said, instead of me to die alone, you're going to die. Collected the knife and stabbed the guy. I think that's a very deep thing. So some people, they've been hurt so badly that they don't even know how to move on. So the first way to move on is just to realize that you deserve more. You deserve more. Any relationship where you cry more than you laugh, I think that you just have to carry your bag and walk away. Number four, give yourself time to heal before you love again. Give your time to heal. Refuse to desire a rebound. When you feel like, oh, you can't survive without a relationship, they just served you a breakfast in January, in February you're in another relationship already, as if you already have them lined up. Don't rush into another relationship, because hot people eventually hurt others. Hot people hurt people. If you are hurting, if you are being hurt or you are hurting, you suddenly become an overthinker. So your partner is doing something innocently, and you begin to feel like, oh, this was how this person was doing to me before I got saved. Allow yourself to be healed. Explore healing options. Go for therapy section. Go for Go for vacation and all of that. And it's immaturity to be served and you go and post online. There are some people that they are served breakfast and they now post online, and they are like, if you remove your carpet, God will put his own rug. You get all of those things. You begin to post something like, I don't care who you are, I am happy all by myself. It's a sign that you are not happy. If you have to post and say that and express that, hey, if you want to go, and there's nothing that will happen, something is actually going to happen. So some of you post to pepper your ex is a sign that they are still controlling you. So let's say that because you just broke up and you want them to know that you are good without them, you begin to post. Maybe you are posting your bestie's picture together. God will forgive all of you. So you pray about it, talk to God about it, go on a retreat. Number 5, move on. Move on. Stop checking their social media accounts. Stop checking if they have someone that is finer than you. Stop checking if they've gone into a relationship. And it hurts when the person that they left you for, or the person that they have moved on with, if you are better than that person, you are finer than that person, you are more intelligent than that person, and you're like, look at the person you left me for. Move on. You might not have to, I'm not saying you should be enemies with them, but maybe you might have to mute them. You're not viewing their status. You're not indulging them. You understand what I'm saying? You just let everybody move on. It is waste of time to keep crying on what you cannot change. Yes, you made a mistake to find yourself in that relationship, but you have to move on. That they apologize does not mean that they should come back into your life. So yes, that you are forgiven does not mean that you should continue with the relation. So there are times that you just move on. If their success is halting you, then you have not moved on. You saw that your ex is getting married and you are angry. You have not moved on. You saw that your ex is traveling out and you are in Nigeria. You have not moved on. Are you getting what I'm saying? So you must intentionally move on. So you deserve the best. Yeah. So that's one way. That's the mind towards heartbreaks. Tell yourself that I deserve the best. I deserve the best. I do not have to cry. I do not have to weep. I deserve the best. So if the best leaves, the best is yet to come. And in everything, I want you to be careful that you are not the reason why they are serving you every time. Be careful that you are not the problem. I believe that if you are dealing with these emotional issues, emotional baggages from heartbreaks, you are able to come out of it accepting and following through to everything that I've shared with you today. God bless you. Do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow on all our social media platforms at Oni Israel Toluwani. If there's any topic you want me to talk about, do well to drop it on the comment section. See you in the next episode. God bless you.